Hey guys, usual gym trip, so I thought I'd do a quick video about some stuff. So today what I want to talk about is a question that, again, a lot of people ask me if I'm meeting them at various events and so on, and they want to know kind of what I do and what the company does and what the best way to do something is. They always ask me about the best website builder, for them specifically, and that's the key point is when you go to build a website, you got to balance up all the pros and cons of the individual page builders or website builders, and figure out what is going to work best for you within your industry based on your resources and expertise and objectives and all sorts of other factors that you got to kind of build in there. So most people will use WordPress. It's by far the largest website builder used today, and has been over the last 10 years. It powers like a quarter of all websites online or something like that. So that's number one on the list, is WordPress. Now WordPress has its pros and cons. The first thing that's great about WordPress is that it's very easy to create and curate content over time. So you've got a database of content that you can add to consistently over time, which is great for SEO, is great for engagement in your industry with your audience. So that's all good. However, it's very easy to break a WordPress website. You also have to factor in, you got to think about hosting, security, especially in this day and age, is really important. And that can be a problem for people. It requires a lot more maintenance, a lot more hands-on kind of approach, and also because there are so many themes that you can overlay onto the WordPress system, it can be an issue because the theme could be built terribly. It could be like a programmer, it looks great, programmers built it to look amazing, but it breaks all the time. Every time you hit the update button, everything falls apart. You've got to get programmers involved to fix it. It can be a real nightmare. So that's one thing, is WordPress is great, but it's very dependent on the theme that you're using as to how great it is and how easy it is to manage. Now they've just released this new Gutenberg update, which I'll do a review of in another video, but its core purpose is really to simplify the editing process within WordPress, and I think it does a pretty good job. They hadn't fundamentally updated that in almost a decade, pretty much. They made little functionality tweaks which didn't really add up to much, and as such WordPress has, I believe, fallen behind in terms of ease of use and functionality in that respect. So that's WordPress. WordPress is great for most businesses. The functionality you have, the flexibility is amazing. We can do anything as a programming team. We can create anything using WordPress. So that's where it has its benefits. Whatever you desire, we could facilitate based around WordPress, some smart coding, making sure everything is optimized, performance is good, security is there, all that kind of stuff. WordPress is probably going to be the best fit for most people. Next, you've got the software as service platforms, the generic software as service platforms that just give you a really nice looking website. You can drag and drop things, add in your own content into something that looks pretty good. So you've got the big names in the industry are things like Wix, which is awful, Weebly, which is terrible, Squarespace, which is pretty decent, One-on-One, Vistaprint. There's a ton of them out there. Most of them are terrible just from a marketing standpoint. If somebody comes to me and they say, right, okay, what's the best platform for really successful marketing? I can tell you right now, none of those platforms are going to cut it. They're just not geared for marketing. They look good and they're okay as like a basic marketing presence, but if you actually want to drive traffic, engage users, convert users into customers, lead gen for your website and your business, those platforms aren't going to do it. If you're a photographer and you just want some nice imagery put on the website, well, some of those themes are great because they're nice and minimalist, they look good aesthetically, that kind of stuff. The other benefit of those page builders is that they manage everything for you, so you don't have to worry about hosting or security or anything like that. They will look after it all for you. So that's a great thing for the page builders. I would say out of all of them, go with Squarespace if you have to choose one. But I've got a better option for you, and that is, in terms of page builders and lead gen and marketing, is to use either in totality or in conjunction with a system like WordPress, use Clickfunnels. Clickfunnels started out really as a competitor, in my mind, to Lead Pages, and they basically built a system which was much more successful. It was a better system. Aesthetically, it's better. Functionality wise, it's better. It's all automated. It's a really nice system. But Clickfunnels, you'll see a link down below this video. If you want to check out Clickfunnels yourself, you can get like a 14-day trial and just play around with it. But that is the system where you can build a beautiful, fully fledged website, but you can also facilitate what we call funnels in the industry. And I've done other videos on funnels, so you can kind of learn a bit more about those. But funnels are an essential component of the marketing space in this day and age. It's where you basically bring in traffic, potential prospects, and you engage with them along a series of sequenced and very strategic pages. So you may have a landing page, a squeeze page, an email sequence, an upsell page, all sorts of different types of pages that you can create using Clickfunnels, which again you can create using WordPress, but you can't really do it effectively using those page builders. And that's where the page builders fall down, is that they aren't marketable platforms. Clickfunnels has really nice aesthetics, plus a marketplace of premium themes, which, same type of thing as WordPress. You can pay $97, get a really good, optimized theme, install it, and it basically propagates every stage of the funnel that you desire into a live website, and then you can put your custom domain on it and all that kind of stuff. But it looks really good. It's very, very easy to use. Probably much more so even than WordPress, and much more so than, personally I feel, than Squarespace or Wix or any of those other editors, which are really, really restrictive. But it is, to my mind, the best option from a marketing standpoint. Now, we use all sorts of different platforms. For my business websites, I use WordPress, but then I also have training websites, so I use Kajabi, which is like a training and e-learning delivery platform. So I use Kajabi, and then I also use Clickfunnels and other systems like that. So there's different ways you can build websites. You don't have to just go with a singular system. You can use an amalgamation of them all. If you're looking for a one-size-fits-all solution, personally speaking, I recommend Clickfunnels, because you genuinely can build an entire website out of it, just creating different landing pages and sales pages. And it has that marketability factor, which is really, really important these days. Your website should be generating leads for your business. If it's just a presence sitting out there and you don't really know how it's performing, you don't know, I might have 100,000 or I might have 100 people coming to it a month, no idea. Or you do know, but you don't know how many of those people are actually taking the next step or clicking the button to engage with your brand and your business, then you're making a big mistake. You need to attend to those things in online marketing. It's really, really important, especially in this day and age. You need to be measuring, refining, testing different ideas and so on. And Clickfunnels is a great way to do that, because from start to finish in that system, they have analytics to show you, how many people come to a page. Do they opt in? Do they take the next step? You can bolt on pages into the middle of a sequence if you want. For instance, if you've got like a new upsell that you want to add into an already built sequence or funnel, you can just add that in, and they will automate the process for you. And it's really, really nice in terms of an overview system. I have to say, I resisted it for so long. I had lead pages. We used that a number of times. Kajabi do allow you to create funnels and so on, but their aesthetics I don't think are as good or as flexible, if nothing else, than Clickfunnels. So we use that. Sometimes you use WordPress, but it's all really kind of a manual process. I used Optimize Press, which was a funnel sales page, squeeze page, webinar page plugin for WordPress. But as with their first iteration of that, they've really just kind of left it, for the last number of years. There's nothing really new or good about it. It breaks a lot. It's not an automated system. You really have to kind of build it yourself within WordPress. It's okay, but I just feel they've kind of taken a nosedive in terms of their support and what they offer, and where they are in the industry. So to my mind, if you had a one-size-fits-all, Clickfunnels would be it. WordPress comes a potentially close second, but again, we use an amalgamation of different systems. We use WordPress for the front end for most of our websites. We use Clickfunnels for some of those, but also sales pages, squeeze pages, funnel systems. We use Kajabi for e-learning delivery, because WordPress is crap at that, and you can't do it with Clickfunnels. So Kajabi is a good system as well. The rest of them really are second-rate systems. Squarespace, Wix, Joomla for a content management system in comparison to WordPress, or Drupal, more kind of programmer based, that kind of stuff. So if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, small to medium sized business, you want something that works for you, I would suggest maybe WordPress and Clickfunnels could do everything that you would need. If you're in the e-learning space, Kajabi is my number one choice. You've also got Teachable in that space, but it's crap as well as far as I'm concerned. So those are my kind of recommendations for how to build your website based around what type of industry you're in. Last thing I would say is, if you're in an e-commerce scenario, you want to sell products, not services, but products online, Shopify is going to be your easiest and best bet for that. They have some nice kind of premium themes that you can buy, which is good. And it's better than WordPress in so much as you don't have to worry about the system or anything like that, or security or hosting or anything like that. So those are my recommendations. If you have any questions based on your specific circumstance, maybe you're using an amalgamation of products, services, e-learning, and you want to know what I would suggest for you based on where you're at and where you want to get to, just hit the comment section there and let me know, and I'll get right back to you. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I put some new stuff out. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm heading into the gym here, and I will see you in the next one.